Hello, this is Arick coming to you from Illinois, uh, doing the assignment on choosing an educational innovation for an online course. And the educational tool that I've chosen is LinkedIn. This may seem like more of a social network, however, there's a lot of implications that I found on um, for online courses that we can do. And I picked out a course that's currently a traditional course. However, I think I've mentioned before that we are always looking for courses that we could transition into either an online course or a hybrid course. And so I'm going to go through how we would use LinkedIn for this specific course. If I can get this to work, there we go. So just an introduction to LinkedIn and some of its applications that we can use specifically for the student. It helps the student to identify their skills, their experiences, but not only that, to value what they have to offer. I've found that students don't really value their past experiences that they've had and can't really put it into a kind of a portfolio, if you will, to kind of present to future employers. And so this gives us a package for employers to see, hey, this individual has all these skills, and it may also help the student to orally present these skills to contacts and networks also. So I mentioned the second one, the use the portfolio profile to tell their story. It really is a nice package to say, hey, these are my skills, this is my experience, this is my education that I have. Find jobs and develop the networks. Sometimes we not only want to find people within our discipline, but also outside the discipline too, especially in the health science and clinical education realm, that we want to go outside maybe our profession and see if we can work together with another discipline or to have some collaboration with another profession. LinkedIn also engages, especially within the classroom, real life information that can be brought to the classroom. And so this is something that we don't really have to wait. Are we waiting 2 years or a year for the student to graduate? We can get this information and actually start the process of the student getting information preparatory for clinical practice, if it's going to be their own practice, if it's going to be an associateship or an independent contractorship scenario. And then students can also get specific contacts with really little work at all, especially with some of the areas that they want to work in. If they know the specific area, they can really pinpoint that state or that part of the state, or even down to the zip code of where they would like to work. And so again, this is really nice for getting students a job, but how does it come into the classroom? Well, the course that I've picked out is BU 6306. It's a business planning course. Historically, this class was only used for, let's plan for you to have your own practice and to get the capital, to get a loan, to do, these series of things so you can start with owning your own practice. However, some of the feedback from the state associations have told us that not a lot of graduates, especially from chiropractic programs, and that has changed in the last 15 years, are really owning their own practices or getting that capital to own their own practice. So that process is really not there. They're actually choosing associateships or doing independent contractor work, working with other doctors independently to have their own practice, or doing that associateship route and then going into a partnership. That's really what we're seeing more of. Also, as I mentioned before, I want to have more courses online, or at least a hybrid. So some courses are very good for being online, some courses are not. I really think that business planning course would be a very good course to actually be online, and would help to help to free up some time within the curriculum schedule, and hopefully decrease some of the stress level of the students too. And then LinkedIn obviously provides an opportunity for students to, like I said before, showcase their skills and interest effectively. A lot of the students already have LinkedIn profiles. Again, we can do training on how to have a very effective profile, so you can take what they have before and improve it, and then do a presentation on how they've improved and some of the activities that they've done within LinkedIn, and they can showcase those to the class, if it's going to stay a traditional classroom or a hybrid class, or they can do just what I'm doing now, is to do a screen capture to show what they've changed about their LinkedIn and some of the responses that they've maybe have gotten from their profile. So hopefully they'll have actually some real life interaction with this application of LinkedIn. So some of the things, activities that we would like to do with the business planning course is obviously, first steps is even if you do or do not have a LinkedIn profile, let's do the profile basics, making sure that we have a good title, if you have any credentials, making sure that education and your work experience is on there. If there's any other skills that you have, maybe students have gotten certifications within their time in the chiropractic medical education. A lot of students are doing that currently, and so we want to make sure that everything is on the profile or portfolio there. And then step 2, let's go into some advanced components of LinkedIn. If we can put a video on LinkedIn, if we can create a video kind of showcasing the skills, if we can have some recommendations, if we can ask for recommendations from some of your contacts or previous employers, or any other colleagues that you've had, and then also writing and publishing an article and posts on maybe a clinical topic. And then step 3, let's get some experience on finding what your optimal position may be. Do you want to start off with an associateship? Do you want to start off doing an independent work in a clinical practice? And trying to get maybe some response or some dialogue from people that are out there actually doing that, or from some practice owners. That's already part of the business planning course, but again, most of that course is more let's own our own practice, which is really not happening now. So this is a really good opportunity to update that course too. Showcasing positions and responses from practice owners, organizations, and recruiters. This is going to be great to do as an online course, making a video of this, or posting whatever responses that they've had on maybe a discussion forum when this stage of using using the LinkedIn profile comes along, and the stage of the stage of the LinkedIn profile. And then obviously rubrics are going to be used for each activity and category of if it's a basic, if it's advanced, or if we're actually doing some activity here. So just to go through, there we go through the LinkedIn web page application software that we have. Again, this is my profile. Again, the basics, making sure there are credentials, making sure that we have titles, making sure that we're putting in a correct experience, work experience, and education. And I have not put in AT still yet, so I'll have to put that in after this video. But more advanced things like asking people to give you recommendations or giving other people recommendations, and then also if they've had any publications. All that can also be checked by this top bar here. You can look for posts and activity for anyone here, and I think I haven't done any articles, so I'll need to do that. But I've done some posts highlighting people that have done well within the profession, I was involved in a research conference, so I posted that, wrote an article for the Alumni Association, posted when I wrote an article for a case report. So these are things, again, students can highlight within their within their LinkedIn profile here. And again, we'll just help them prepare to have positions in the future and make contacts. Again, it's not all about making or having positions, but also contacts. Even when you're in a position, you want to make contacts with that. And that's, I think, some of the skills that we should be teaching students. So there it is. Again, fits very well into the business planning course, and that business planning course should really be online, and so it works out very well. Thank you very much. Bye.